Hi everyone, welcome to our MVB live stream. So on September 13, Binance Smart Chain announced the best performing and most innovative projects for the most valuable builder 3, our monthly stars for August. As we want you to get to know these projects a little bit better, we teamed up with them to bring you a 3-day AMA live event here. Every day has a different topic, and so far we've done 2, covering DeFi, games, and NFT, and today's event will cover the infrastructure segment. Just so you know, there are 5 presenting projects today, and we're happy to welcome in alphabetical order Biconomy, Hot Cross, Suterusu, Taurus, and Venly here, the 5 projects from our infrastructure field. Before we get started, I also wanted to let you know what the agenda is and the format of the live. Each project will have about 5 minutes to present, and then we'll have roughly 3 minutes for Q&A. So for the audience, please feed your questions to us. We're currently broadcasting live on Binance Live, YouTube, and BSC Twitter, so we welcome any questions. Feel free to comment and let us know your questions for the projects. Also, I'd like to let you know that there are currently several ongoing airdrops from our MVB projects. There are 5 of them, and you could check them out on CoinMarketCap airdrop calendar. So go ahead and do that. I'd like to welcome now Biconomy to present to the audience.
Hey guys. Thanks, Alex.
Hi, DJ.
Hello to everybody who's there. Thanks for joining in. So let me share my screen, and then I think we can start. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Awesome. So, what is Biconomy? So Biconomy is we are making the multi-chain Web3 seamless and frictionless. So that is the vision that we have, which is providing plug-and-play APIs for dApp developers and decentralized projects, so they can use these APIs to make their dApps easy enough that they're usable for anyone, regardless of the crypto knowledge and experience. So this is not a new thing. I'm sure like a lot of us now are pretty well versed with Web3, well versed with wallets, etc. But for people who are still getting in for the mainstream, especially, Web3 is very complicated. You need to be proficient with wallets. You need to own the ETH or the native token and understand what is gas, guess the right gas amount. Even then, you get a lot of failed transactions. And then as more and more chains are coming in, you need to understand cross-chain. You need to know how to connect to different chains, wait for hours to receive funds on multiple. So in general, overall, it's a very complicated, broken experience. And the fact of the matter is that the mainstream user doesn't want to deal with all these headaches. They just want a simple application. If they want to use let's say, for example, a gaming application, they just want to play the game. They don't want to have this headache of waiting for hours. Maybe the network is more congested, the fees are high. They don't want all of these headaches. They expect the dApp to deal with this gas and transaction management, bridges, and everything on at their end. I'll give you an example from the Web 2 space. So when you use YouTube and you have a video, you're watching a video. After the video, YouTube doesn't give you like a bill and say, okay, these are my computational costs, and this is what you must pay. Nor do you, when you go on YouTube, the YouTube says, your browser is connected to AWS, and we are hosted on Blue Ocean, so you have to change your network. So all of these things are not something that will go ahead as we go to the future. And so this is what we are trying to do. We are trying to enable gasless transactions, instant cross-chain transfers. We are giving flexible options for people to pay their gas. So even if someone onboards to an application and they don't have the native token for that particular chain, they can still use the application. 100% successful transaction rate. We manage the transaction at our own end on behalf of the user, and make sure that all different chains are seamlessly connected. The whole experience is gasless. And so this is the future that we are trying to build and trying to envision, which is completely seamless and multi-chain, where user connects a wallet to any application, and it could be on any chain, and they can instantly access their funds. It doesn't matter which chain, L2, rollup, anything that they're on, and then they can enjoy a completely gasless experience. So they just go, if they're playing a game, if they're doing trading, whatever they're doing, they just focus on what they want to do and have a completely seamless experience. And so we have been working with quite a few projects now in this space. We have 70 plus partner integrations. We do like 50K plus transactions daily. Some of the names maybe you might know is Awagochi and Zedrun and Scale Swap, Curve. And then going forward, of course, we are on a BSC as well. And so we are really looking to focus on projects on Binance Smart Chain so that we can enable a gasless experience for projects on Binance Smart Chain as well. So that improves the experience for them. And we do this through three main products. So Hyphen is for instant cross-chain transactions, and smart contract calls. So an application can integrate Hyphen, and then they can enable their users to stay in the dApp itself and then transfer their funds from, let's say, Ethereum to Binance or some other chain to Binance. The gasless, as I explained, is for gasless transactions. So the user just signs a transaction or just signs and say, okay, this is what I want, and then we manage the whole transaction, the gas, everything. And the third is forward, which is flexible gas payment. So the user can decide to pay the gas on any network in any token that they want. We are backed by a lot of big top investors, and we are very proud and also humbled by the fact that we have so much backing. And the next step going forward, what we are looking into is decentralizing our multi-chain relay protocol, and then we want to onboard a lot of node operators and liquidity providers to run our relays. We want to onboard more applications, more chains, so that we can have a complete ecosystem. And then we're also looking forward to incentivizing our community and all stakeholders to sort of secure the network and maintain the network. So this Amazing. Is all I have about
well, Aditya, thanks a lot for the presentation. It's been very interesting to see what you're building and your progress so far. We definitely believe in a multi-chain world. So thanks a lot for helping build that alongside other people. We might have lost you for a second.
Hello.
Yeah, we might have lost you for a second.
Okay.
We definitely believe in a multi-chain world in the future, and I think what you're building is contributing to that. So thanks all for presenting. I was just keen to hear more about your roadmap going forward as well, if you want to share something with us.
Yeah, sure. So I think one of the main things that we have to do going forward is decentralizing our stack. So till now, it's like a semi-centralized sort of a model, but going forward, you want to decentralize the stack, involve community, node operators, liquidity providers more and more in our ecosystem. And the second thing that we want to do is, get more chains, but also get more applications. For example, right now, we are focusing on Binance Smart Chain and trying to onboard more BSC-based projects so that they can also make their experience on BSC more gasless. Maybe we can explore ways for their users to be inside the own application and then move their funds from any other chain into the application on Binance Smart Chain, so that this onboarding becomes instant and more seamless. So these are some things that we are focusing on going forward.
Got it. That's very interesting. Again, thanks a lot. It's been super interesting, and congrats making it to the MVB monthly stars. We're super excited for the project, and wish you the best of luck, executing on some of the points on the roadmap that you just mentioned.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, and thanks to everybody. And I think you guys lost me for 1 second. What I was saying at that time was, if there are any applications or anyone who is more interested in what we are trying to do, or they want to integrate some of what we do, they can feel free to get in touch. And like even in general, if you just want to know more about the project, like feel free, and we'll be happy to talk.
Amazing. Thanks a lot, Aditya. Our next project to present is Hot Cross. Would like to welcome them. Philip, the floor is yours.
Hey, how's it going? I've prepared a fantastic video for you guys. Sit back, and we do hope you enjoy it. And by the way, thank you very, very much to Binance Smart Chain team for hosting this event. It's absolutely amazing. So you can hit it with the video. We've got that all ready to go, and you can share that.
Yeah.
This is Philip from Hot Cross. I have a question for you. What if I told you that you had to wear the same shirt, eat the same food, and wear the same clothing every single day for the rest of your life? After a while, it would begin to feel a little boring, not super great, wouldn't it? We believe so, and we try to be pretty flexible in the way that we build. At Hot Cross, we build tools, but not just any kinds of tools. We build multi-chain, cross-chain, interoperable, very stackable, and very flexible tools for an evolving ecosystem in the DeFi landscape. Staking, reflect tokens, yield optimization, heavy data indexing, compliant crowd cells via IDOs and launchpads, bridging between blockchains, and even things like NFT minting. We do all of it, and we can do it anywhere. Right now, we focus heavily on Ethereum and other EVM networks like Polygon, Avalanche, Hecko, KuCoin Community Chain, Harmony, and of course, Binance Smart Chain, who has been instrumental in our early success. This may not always be the case, though. The world may change. Maybe it's Solana next, or Phantom, or Terra. We don't know what's coming. We just build what's now, and what scratches an itch. Why do we do this? Why do you care? What's in this for you? We believe that you enjoy freedom of movement, no hassle DeFi, aping, risk-taking, and YOLOing and FOMOing your way into new protocols, platforms, and open finance products. But we also want to bring a safety net along for you. We've been audited by Certic, Omnicia, Bielsin, Slowmist, Zokyo, and PegShield. The list will continue to grow as we grow. Audits and safety matter in the Wild West. We're also non-anonymous, with over $120 million secured in platform TVL. This includes all of the B2B bridging that we have done from Ethereum to Binance Smart Chain, and now from Ethereum to Avalanche as well. And tons of activity on Crosspool, our Launchpool on-chain product. We've had 25,000 real users who have ever staked into Crosspool, 130,000 deposits into our pools, around 130,000 visits monthly to the platform, with around the volume of those deposits close to $200 million. On socials, which we find good and bad, we've got around 100,000 reach. That's on Twitter, Telegram announcements, and sprinkled across the internet like Reddit and Discord. That is to say, we've had a lot of value flow in and out of the work that we have done really during the last 12 months, 4 months of that on market. And we only expect that to grow, especially with our new yield optimization products and launchpads. Who we are is a team of rebels in a way. We just build what we want to build. But we build with intention, and we hope that users get value out of that. Hot Cross is here because we believe that Ethereum is here to stay, but we also believe that many other blockchains are here to stay as well. You can fork code, but you cannot fork a community. We are here to serve the needs of businesses that don't have core competencies that we have, and we are here to serve the needs of customers who love doing all of these crazy, fun, awesome, amazing things in DeFi that no one would ever have dreamed of before. We play both sides of the fence, and we enjoy it. But we don't pick sides, and we will be around for quite some time. Thank you for participating in the Hot Cross Protocol. Visit us, participate, become part of our community. We look forward to seeing you soon.
Thanks a lot, Philip. That's a great intro to the project. We're very excited about what you're building, and you had a very interesting point about the security of your project, and I was keen to ask you how do you think about security going forward, especially at the pace that you're innovating, and how do you balance that innovation with the security being at the top of your mind?
That's a really good question. So number one, the way that we ship out is our process is, look, if we're going to ship something out in DeFi, at a minimum, we want to get at least 2 audits, maybe do a program with Immunify, which does really, really fantastic sort of these bounty type of white hat hackers who can come in and look at the code that we're doing. One thing that we know for sure is that it doesn't matter what anyone's building. People just want to have some form of psychological safety. And so our take is, look, get 2 audits, get 3 audits, even if it's not the super cure for all sorts of things that can go wrong. I might come up here a month or 2 later and say, oh, we found this thing, we had to fix it. But we really, really believe that security is not just an add-on to what you're building. It's really part of what you do before you ship. You must take this into account. So I would really encourage anyone to go to Google, search Hot Cross GitHub audits. This is just chock full of all sorts of research, documentation. Is the code they're doing safe? Does it work? So industry-wide, I think that speed is fantastic, but we're not going to do that at the risk of harming people. So if something takes 3 weeks, whereby it would have taken 1 day to do it without security, we're probably going to opt for that 3-week window just so that people are taken care of. So we really that's something we really like to push as well, just because we know that this is important, and some of us have also been really impacted by certain hacks. So as developers, we desperately care about users and other developer assets as well. So that's how we approach it.
Got it. Very insightful. Thanks a lot for sharing the best practices that you do at Hot Cross with regards to the security. And as I mentioned earlier, we're super excited about the multi-chain future of the crypto world. So security is very important to everyone. And I'm sure the audience agrees that in order to see that future of multi-chains materialize, security needs to be treated with utmost seriousness by everyone in the community. So I'm sure you, as you described, you're already doing it. So we're very excited about what you're building at Hot Cross. Thanks all for presenting your vision, and it's been great having you as part of the MVB program.
And thank you very much, Alex, and to the BSC team. This has been fantastic.
Awesome. So moving on to our next project, Suterusu. You're welcome.
Sure.
Hi, Dr. Wing.
Hi. Let me share my screen first. Sorry. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Oh, sure.
Okay, so apologies, we got a small technical difficulty. We're just fixing it.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay,
I can
cool.
hear you.
Sorry about the technical issues. So my name is Dr. Lin. So today I'm going to introduce you guys to Suterusu project. So let me first introduce the Suterusu vision. So as we all know, distributed ledger or blockchain is not exactly in line with people's privacy needs. It does guarantee transparency, but it doesn't necessarily guarantee privacy. So Suterusu's goal is to become an anonymous PayPal for cryptocurrency. And technically speaking, currently it is a universal layer 2 private payment infrastructure for smart contract platforms. So here's our architecture. As we all know, in the PayPal system, each user will have a bank account and also have a PayPal account. So the user can transfer his money from bank account to his PayPal account. He can then transfer money between the PayPal accounts or withdraw his money from PayPal account to his bank account. If you replace the bank account in the PayPal case with a layer 1 account, say Ethereum, and PayPal account with a layer 2 account, which is Suter account in our case, you sort of get a general idea how Suter protocol works. So using our product, Suterusu, the user can fund his money from Ethereum account, his layer 1 account, to the layer 2 account, which is Suter account. He can then transfer money between the Suter account or withdraw his money from Suter account to his Ethereum account. And the reason we call ourselves the anonymous PayPal is because the transfer between the second layer account, which is Suter account, is guaranteed to be private. In other words, we use our original zero proof scheme, Giga and plus homomorphic public encryption scheme to guarantee the transfer identity anonymity, also the transaction amount confidentiality. So this is generally how our product works. And the technical contribution of this project includes our original Giga scheme with significantly improved communication and computational overhead. And actually, we got one paper published by on a top crypto conference called Eurocrypt 2021. In other words, our top technology is very solid. Our smart contract have been audited by Paxio, one of the leading smart contract auditing company in the blockchain sphere. And it is also compatible with multiple smart contract platforms. We also have a very innovative economic models. So Suter is as I said, is a universal private payment infrastructure that supports multiple smart contract platforms. So naturally, we have deployed our protocol on multiple platforms, including, of course, Ethereum, Polygon, BSC, BCH, etc. We will deploy Suter protocol on even more blockchains in the future. Here's a few statistics of our product, Suterusu. Since our first deployment of Ethereum in January, we have over $200 million transaction processed, and we have accumulated over 15,000 total active users and over 23,000 deposit times. So we have launched our product around 2 years ago. So far, our project has achieved quite a few milestones. So including the integration of our zero proof scheme with our main product, Suterusu, and also the deployment of Suterusu over multiple smart contract platforms. And we have also recently launched a new X-Suter token, which aims to be a revenue sharing token. So in the future, we will redesign and implement the login system to make it more user-friendly. We will also have a gas station to solve the problem with the gas fee source problem. We'll have a tailored plug-in-and-play smart contract for more sophisticated application scenarios, such as swap, etc. We're currently also working on other privacy protection surveys for Web 3.0, such as secure and fair auction for NFT, maybe, right, for Web 3.0, basically. And so here's how you can reach to us and also get the latest news on our project, our website, our Telegram, Medium, Twitter, etc. And thank you for your attention. That's it. Do you guys have any problem?
Thanks a lot. That was it was great to hear your vision and what you've built so far. It's super interesting, and I was very interested to hear a bit more about the product roadmap that you presented there. Would you be able to just let us know what's coming up, like kind of in the near term, and what's the long-term vision, kind of 1 or 2 years out?
Okay, sure. So as you can see, currently we're mainly working on two issues. The first issue is to further improve our Suterusu product, because this is a relatively successful product so far. As we can see, we have accumulated over 15,000 users, and so we want to improve our product to make it even more usable for the users. So, for instance, we're going to improve our login system to make it more user-friendly, and also regarding some privacy issues regarding the gas-free source. So the other direction is about the application of Suterusu. So basically, for instance, we can expand the functionality from merely payment to more sophisticated applications such as swap, etc. And the other, in the long term, right? Maybe also in the short term. So this is also another product we are also working on. So we're trying to position ourselves as a project that provides privacy protection service for Web 3.0, or maybe SocialFi. So basically, what we mean is that we're gonna also generate lots of privacy privacy protection service product for the Web 3.0 application scenarios, for various Web 3.0 application scenarios. For instance, in the case of NFT auction, right? So during auction, if all the auction, the bidding price is let's say it's in a clear text, in a plain text form, right? It's very easy to launch front-running attacks, right? Because if I can see your bidding price, right, I can sort of pay just a little bit more so that I can win the bid, right? So how can I prevent this kind of attack? This is basically a front-running attack, right? So what we can do is sort of using private smart contract to sort of resolve this issue, right? To guarantee the whole bidding the auction process is not manipulated, right? It's fair for the participants. So how can we solve this problem? This is something Shooter project as a privacy protection project, right? We can provide this kind of service for the various Web 3.0 application scenarios. So this is one thing we're also working on. We're thinking about and working on, and this is also relevant to how we position ourselves in the future. We're going to be a very general project that provides privacy protection for the Web 3.0 in the future, not merely private payment, basically. Yeah. So I hope I have made myself clear.
Yeah, it's amazing. I really like the idea of contributing to the privacy, to enabling privacy in the SocialFi setup of the future. I think that's going to be very important. So we're super excited about what you're building. Again, it's been a pleasure to have you on the MVBIII
Thank you for having me.
And we wish you the best of luck with your project, and we'll be following you, and we hope for your success.
Thank you.
So our next project is Taurus. Hi, Alicia. It's great to meet you. I think you're on mute. we still can't hear you. Hey, Alicia, apologies, you're still on mute.
Hi.
Amazing. Yeah, we got you now.
Okay, let me start from the top.
Awesome. Yeah, that would be great. Go ahead.
Okay, so hello everybody. I'm from Taurus Labs. I do business management, and let me just give a brief introduction of what we do. So we started back in 2018, and the problem that we wanted to solve was really making user onboarding into the decentralized ecosystem really, really simple. So the status quo at that time was MetaMask on Ethereum blockchain, and the whole process was really just cumbersome because the user had to deal with their seed phrases, and on top of that, after they had their seed phrases, then they have to worry about not losing it, because losing it would eventually mean losing their funds and all their tokens. So we've built a system that makes key management really simple and secure for all types of users, regardless of their technical proficiency. And how we do so is we use distributed key generation built on top of social media secret sharing. What this does is that we split the user's private key into key shares, and these key shares are stored on the user's device. It's pegged to the login service provider like your OAuth tokens like Google, Facebook, Twitter, etc. And the last share is a redundancy share as well as a security share, and this share is used on the user's additional devices, or can also be used on backup phrase sent to their email, whatever that the user is comfortable with, to provide their account with extra security and redundancy. And the middle share, what we do is we further distribute it and split this share amongst a network of nodes run by ecosystem stakeholders like Binance, Ontology, Matic, Skill, Etherscan, ENS, Tendermint Cosmos, and the likes. What happens when the user authenticates with their Google account, for example? They'll fetch back 5 out of the 9 shares to reconstruct this portion of the key, and then they'll just need 2 out of the 3 shares to reconstruct their full private key. So in this infrastructure, the full private key is never stored anywhere on a central server, because we think that is going to be quite a huge security risk. And the reasons why we have this sort of like a multi-factor authentication is to circumvent scenarios where, let's say, your social account becomes compromised. In an event, let's say your Google account becomes hacked, do not worry, your funds are still safe, because what you need is actually 2 shares. That means the hacker would also need to have stolen your device, which is probably going to be quite unlikely. So what does this infrastructure produce? We are able to produce a passwordless and OAuth login that's also paired with biometrics if your device is biometric enabled. And we also have simplified on-chain transactions. What this means is that because of how we associate social accounts to public addresses, users can actually send tokens directly to Google account emails, Twitter handles, Reddit usernames, and other forms of social identities. And development is really quick and simple for developers. It's quite an easy integration, and it can be done within a day. So we do have 3 products that are catered to all sorts of developers and a myriad of user bases, depending on how customizable they want to have their UX catered to their audiences. The first off being the Taurus wallet. Now, this is our base product. It's interoperable, a Web3 wallet that dApps can integrate. Let's say you're on Binance Smart Chain, or you're a dApp on Ethereum, you can just integrate the Taurus wallet. Or if you're on Binance Smart Chain, we're actually on the Binance extension wallet. All you need to do is just integrate the Web3 wallet, and then whenever the user wants to access your application, they just need to log into their social account, the wallet is connected, and they can start using the application straight away. There's no hassle of having to do any additional installations or downloads. The second product is Open Login. And what this is a customizable multi-factor key management. So you can see over here on my screen, this is a totally customized UX and UI by Cash, who is also one of our clients. And what this means is that we only provide the key management on the back end. So if you're looking to build like a very tailored look or tailored application for your user base, or you're building a blockchain wallet, Open Login would be the perfect solution for you. And last is custom. So we can see here we're used on Kukai, Sequence Wallet, as well as Good Dollar. What this is a bare bones, fully customizable, non-custodial social keys. And all this does is that it uses the Taurus key infrastructure, whereby the user just has to attest with one of the social accounts, and then we reconstruct the private key to be used in the application. So this is just going to be an app-specific key because of security reasons. We are powering the biggest blockchain projects. We're currently on Binance Extension Wallet. We are also blockchain agnostic because of our tech. We are able to offer this kind of seamless user onboarding experience to a whole lot of other blockchain projects, including Binance Smart Chain projects. So we are audited and we are open source as well. You can take a look at our code at github.com/taurusresearch. To date, we have more than 500 applications and clients integrated with us, with over 1 million monthly active keys and users. So it's going to be a lot easier to just do a quick demo so you can see how easy it is. Here we have the Binance Chain wallet. It's going to be the same as the Binance Extension wallet. Over here, all you need to do is just log into your Google account. And once that verification is complete, because I have my share on my device, it's also being used to reconstruct the private key. And voila, I have access to my tokens. I can start doing transfers and use any application on the BSC network. So a lot of people like using us. We've been having a lot of good reports just because of how easy we've made it for applications who are targeting mainstream users to onboard their users into their own platforms, into their own blockchains, and into their own projects. So we are live on all our socials. Give us a follow if you're interested. We're happy to take any conversations there.
Amazing. Thanks a lot for the quick demo. That I think that helped our audience understand much easier the value of your product. So one of your products, because you have multiple. So I was curious to hear more about what you think about your future roadmap and what you're currently building and launching or planning to launch into the future.
So right in our immediate roadmap, we are actually building support for a lot of chains. We've already built support for Binance Smart Chain, but the thing about it is there are a lot of up and coming chains as well who are looking to give this kind of user experience to their user base. So in the most immediate part of the work, we are actually building support for all these chains so that users who want to go to other chains, they can just log on and experience the same onboarding process.
Got it. And in terms of how you approach building the community and getting more people to use Taurus products, how do you think about that? I saw really great reviews. You shared some of those with us today. And obviously you have various types of users. So starting from an individual to other projects that decide to integrate and build alongside Taurus.
So in terms of our outreach, we focus both on acquiring users as well as reaching out to developers who are building projects. In terms of acquiring users, we have a lot of campaigns that we run quite frequently with the projects that integrate us. If, let's say you're a dApp that has integrated Taurus Wallet, they do quite a fair bit of airdrops just to get the hype started. It's also very easy to airdrop with Taurus Wallet. I want to mention that because you can actually send to any Twitter handle. You can actually send to a Google account. So the user doesn't have to create a Taurus Wallet prior. You can just drop them a token, and then it's like, oh, this is a pretty cool project. I'm just going to check it out, log into your Google account, and then you're started. You're already letting the user dip their toes into your ecosystem. So that's one way we do it. And for reaching out to other developers, we've got quite a huge network of clients and developers, and most of them like the experience, and we give them a platform to share on our social media of their integration experience, of how they take the user experience into consideration and what they were thinking. So we do share quite a fair bit of that on our socials, and developers who find that useful, who find our solutions useful, they more or less reach out and build together with us.
Awesome. Well, thanks a lot again for enabling the ownership and identity management to be as accessible and as human-centric as possible. We love that. It's great to have you on the MVBIII program, and I'm sure the audience enjoyed as much as I did the presentation that you had for us today. Thanks a lot, Alicia.
Thank you. Happy to be doing the work that we do. Cheers.
Awesome. Thanks a lot. So our next project is Venly.
Hi, Alex. Hi, Alex. How are you?
Hey, Tim. Great. Good to have you presenting Venly today. It's great to be here, and welcome to the live.
Thank you very much.
Yours now.
All right, perfect. I'll start sharing my screen, and then we can kick off from there. Okay.
Awesome.
All right, so to tell you a little bit more about Venly, Venly, what we are is pure and simple. We are a blockchain technology provider. We focus on 3 core products. One are wallet services. This is what we've been building since 2018, how we've been actually growing our community and dApps. And since we were also focused a lot on the gaming industry, we learned a lot about NFTs very early on, and then developed a tooling stack for managing NFTs, creating your own token contract using APIs. And also because we were very fast in having a blockchain agnostic vision, we also had to create a marketplace and a marketplace API so that we can facilitate more and more developers coming into the blockchain space to use the APIs as a service, so that they don't need to worry about all the complexity dealing around the blockchain technology. We are venture-backed and supported by multiple networks. So we're in BlockRocket Blockchain Accelerator. We joined the Blockchain Game Alliance, venture-backed by High Tech Gründerfonds and Theory Capital as well. So that has really helped us grow in the last couple of months. Now, right now we have more than 400,000 users in ecosystem. If we compare that with 2 months ago, that was less than 200,000. So that growth has really continued onwards in a very nice trajectory. We support a lot of the companies that are probably well known, like the Sandbox, Bondi, Avagachi, also Atari. These are all partners of ours that are using our technologies one way or the other. To dive a little bit deeper in one of our services, or maybe a little bit one step back, this is how we position ourselves. Venly is really a communications layer, a technology provider for applications to build on blockchain. The 3 services I mentioned were the wallet, NFT APIs, and the market APIs. Zooming in, one aspect that we have as a service is similar to Taurus, the ability to use social login and email to onboard a user. So we also use a similar, you could say, sharing as a way to have an NPC style so that we can help an end user securely create a wallet. What we also do is we add a share for the end user to add a PIN code, which is a 4 to 6 digit code. And that is their part of the key store, their part of the password that they have as a memory. Similar to Taurus, we have 3 shares, and the end user, they can also choose to either make the wallet non-recoverable, or where they can also say that they want to export the key store file and take self-custody. This has enabled the sandbox to grow to over 200,000 users. They're currently onboarding more than 2,000 users per day. And it is helping them to really grow the mainstream market next to the crypto and the tech savvy. So what we see here, if I play it again, is they don't necessarily make a choice between MetaMask and Venly. No, what they actually do is that they position them together, and then they allow the user to choose how they want to utilize the sandbox. Do they want to use MetaMask, or do they want to link their social account? They leave the choice up to them. And we see that as a very good way to tailor to the needs of the people in the blockchain space that want to have entirely self-custody versus the people that want to enter the metaverse and play around the ecosystem, but still have the security and the trust that they do not need to self-manage everything themselves. Now, because we were in the space and helping these users grow, we had quite a bit of trouble because we were giving these blockchain wallets to users, and they needed to be able to not only interface with the game itself, but also with external marketplaces. It took a while before OpenSea, for example, integrated the Venly wallet. Now it is available. But since that took so much time, and since we're also building ecosystems outside of Ethereum, we also had to build our own marketplace. This is now a marketplace for game studios, artists, game developers, dApps that want to have an alternative towards OpenSea, where they can have their collection and where they can also do secondary sales. Now, that is, I think, a product that is less interesting for the developers themselves because they can also have the opportunity to develop their own marketplace. Now, with that, we're also working on a solution to bring NFTs directly inside Shopify. So there's a plugin for that, and that is using 2 of our services. One, the widget that I was telling about, but also the NFT APIs that we're using. That is coming available on Polygon first, and then we want to bring that to the BSC ecosystem as well. So I think that's one of the conversations that we need to have with BSC to bring that to BSC so that that can be used within that ecosystem. One of our other tools is we have the ability to send crypto or send NFTs to email addresses, or like Alicia was mentioning, they also have this ability is really to use an API so that you can distribute these digital assets in a very user-friendly way. And then what we can also do is go one step further, is style the email templates so that when you're sending a digital asset or when you're sending an NFT, that the user that receives that new asset, that they understand why and how they're receiving it. And these tools have been very successful. For example, Logan Paul, in collaboration with Bondi, they used this tool to distribute all the NFTs that they sold on Shopify. And that is one of the reasons that we were able to bring that plugin together. So if we go down the list, we have developer tools to create and manage NFTs, the ability for them to sell NFTs, next to using our APIs to distribute NFTs via email and not just NFTs, but also cryptocurrencies. And where our wallet solution has a very feature-rich interface so that you can manage all wallets of all the different networks. The wallet supports 12 different networks so far. And where we can also support token swapping, add additional protocols. For example, our swapping protocol that we're leveraging today. We don't build this ourselves, but we work with partners to bring that inside our ecosystem, is 1inch. So they're supporting us with token swapping on Binance Smart Chain, on Polygon, and on Ethereum. And then now what we can also offer are the market APIs, really to create your own marketplace around the NFTs that you can create. And then you can either mix and match the different products and services that we have. For example, if you already have Taurus as a wallet provider, there may not be a need to add the Venly widgets as a wallet provider, but you can still use that in combination with the NFT API and the market API. And then you can bring an end-to-end solution together. So for the different types of businesses out there, we can collaborate in many ways. We can do campaigns together. We can talk about exclusive NFT drops, giveaways, or general announcements that to grow in the space together. Or we can also work into implementing our technology so that you can go to market faster and that we can help you build the application of your dreams. Thank you. That's more from me than you were probably expecting, but very happy to be able to present this to the Binance Smart Chain community. Thank you.
Amazing. Thanks a lot, team. That's been super insightful, very interesting. We're super excited about everything that you're building, and there is a lot. And I hope that our audience can see the value in everything that you've covered in this presentation. We on our end, we see a lot. So that's why we're super excited for the future of Venly and the products that you've launched so far. I had a quick question with regards to kind of more longer term vision and roadmap. If there's anything that you could share with us as well on that front, especially that we're in the infrastructure segment of our MVB program, and I'm sure there's a lot of interest to hear more about the vision that our projects have towards how this is going to evolve. So how do you see it through the Venly lens, and what some other interesting things that you might be working on in the future that are considering right now?
So I'm a big believer in supporting the traditional businesses and enabling them with the technology of tomorrow. And therefore extending our products and services to other businesses so that they can be successful. And this, on the one hand, can be a direct integration. And this is what we see happening today. We're very much in the innovation phase of a life cycle. And it is the early adopters that are implementing the applications or the APIs directly. But then again, we can bring our tools into existing platforms that a lot of merchants or developers or companies are already using today. And then our tools can really support their technology stack while they're pivoting their way to support blockchain technology. And that's how I see where we can be a value add, because we're very much a technology provider. And they would then be able to leverage our technology stack and then use the blockchain network, because within their technology stack, all of the businesses, they have their way of working, they have their use of software engineers that are building their business. And it's very difficult for them to start a Web 3.0 style of framework. So I really believe there's going to be a hybrid model for the existing companies of today to bring in blockchain technology, but using the APIs.
Got it. That's super insightful. We also believe that offering the best tools there possibly can be to a wider community of developers will enable the mass adoption of the blockchain technology, and Venly is doing exactly that. So we're super excited about it. We hope that more developers start using Venly products. And if you have any sort of insights as to how you're approaching building that developer community and how you're encouraging them to use Venly, do let us know on this, because our audience is probably interested about that.
So we do have a Discord. If you go to the website, you immediately will find the links to Discord. And there we have a developer community. But we pay a lot of attention in our documentation. And we're not in the business of building everything ourselves. Like DeFi, there are a lot of protocols out there, token swapping, a lot of protocols out there. And we want to also touch base with a lot of businesses that can offer these services, and where we can bring that into our own, I would say, documentation and framework. Because when the businesses come to Venly because they want to use a particular product, then it is very interesting for us to add additional partners within our own documentation, so that they can find all the products and services that have been vetted, and they can use to the developer tools that we provide them. And this could be, for example, we're talking to a couple of payment providers, where we add the payment providers into our documentation. So that's an additional resource that the developer can have, and where they can see, okay, we have validated 3 to 5 payment providers, and the new businesses that are entering the market, they then can realize that they can use that in combination with our tools.
Got it. Thanks a lot. It's been a pleasure to have you present on this this event, Tim, and thank you to the Venly team. We're super excited. And as we're close to concluding our live, just want to thank again our audience who joined to see the 5 projects present today. These were Biconomy, Hotcross, Suterusu, Taurus, and Venly. And we're super excited to have all of them on our Most Valuable Builder 3 program. And may I just remind everyone that there are currently 5 ongoing airdrops from our MVB program, which you can check out on the CoinMarketCap airdrop calendar. So as we have a few more seconds, I encourage everyone to go and check these out and participate in them. It's been a pleasure to have everyone on this live, and this concludes our session today.